An impressive amount of players is going to choose Ravenclaw House in the Hogwarts Legacy Game straight for their first walkthrough, and it is quite understandable. There are at least 5 good reasons to play Ravenclaw, and I will take you through them. The first absolutely great thing about Ravenclaw House is certainly the basic Ravenclaw traits. These are cleverness, wisdom, wit, intellectual ability, and creativity. Wit beyond measure is a man's greatest treasure. As I understand this motto, it actually means that above the academic knowledge, Ravenclaws also count upon their clear mind and have broad perspectives in every educational task or life situation. A decent Ravenclaw student is supposed to see beyond the textbooks and to read between the lines, to have no mental limits. And this is so very authentic to Ravenclaw, solving puzzles using unique, unusual methods. This sounds cool for itself, and without a doubt it's gonna be a great skill to start the adventures and quests in the Hogwarts Legacy game and unravel whatever mysteries we're about to face. The second very important thing about Ravenclaw, it does not have any burdens of prejudice against the students or certain higher expectations for their behaviors. Let me explain here. Okay, the house is not said to be home of most dark wizards like Slytherin is. On the other hand, it's not an eternal opponent to Slytherin that seeks victory on every level like Gryffindor is. Ravenclaw is carefree in this relation. The house has its independent story, visions, its own perspectives. The Ravenclaw's focus here lies upon studying, learning, observing the surrounding world, unraveling the unnoticed details in it, but making no harm to the environment, and not seeking the direct competition where you can just keep calm and mind your own business. I like this mature and positive attitude, and I think it's a particularly good strategy to succeed in the missions throughout the game. And all this consequently also results in another great feature about being a Ravenclaw. People from other houses treat you more nicely, because Ravenclaw does not have the principal confrontations with any of them. According to what we know about the relationships between the houses at Hogwarts, a Ravenclaw student can actually expect to make friends and allies with the students of any houses. And not only students, basically most professors would be also ready to cooperate with a Ravenclaw student. Of course, this won't work with the headmaster Black, who's a Slytherin to his very core, but the rest of the professors at Hogwarts, I'm sure, are much more open and shouldn't have any negative attitude towards a Ravenclaw student. In this regard then, I mean, in the inter-house cooperation, shall we compare, a Ravenclaw way should be much more easier than a Slytherin way or maybe even a Gryffindor way. By the way, as you may already know, many players are bringing their houses from the Harry Potter fan club accounts. And the system also allows to transmit once into the Hogwarts Legacy. What's also cool is that you can actually connect your account but choose another house, so you don't need necessarily to stay in the house that you've been sorted into. And I've been sorted, by the way, into the Ravenclaw house, but I'm still contemplating which house I'm starting the Hogwarts Legacy in. I mean, the choice is so close, there are such great features about every house in the game actually, but let's proceed with the Ravenclaw. What I personally loved about Ravenclaw in the Hogwarts Legacy game is the spacious, bright common room. The interior absolutely conveys the whole air element of the house. The Ravenclaw common room here gives me an impression of a scientist study, university hall of some kind. It looks like here your ideas and imagination are unlimited. You can dive deeply into the academic research or any creative brainstorming process with your colleagues. Plus, in my opinion, the developers made a very happy color choice. The deep blue and ivory white suit perfectly together and provide the right spirit for creative work of the students. And one detail that hasn't been confirmed yet, but I think it could be a great authentic bonus, if a player would have to answer a riddle asked by the eagle knocker in order to get into the room, just the way it's described in the books. The Ravenclaw house did contribute the magical history and science in general a lot, but the Ravenclaw scientists haven't necessarily shared everything they found out during their research, so there might be some interesting facts and mysteries that only Ravenclaws are aware about. One of the most intriguing stories and mysteries related to the Ravenclaw house is the lost diadem of Ravenclaw. The way the story started is tragic enough itself. As you must recall from the 7 books lore, it began a really long time ago, way back then in the 11th century. Rowena Ravenclaw, one of the 4 Hogwarts founders, owned one-of-a-kind diadem which was said to grant wisdom to the wearer. And her own daughter, Helena, stole the diadem and ran away to Albania. Sad events followed up back then that eventually resulted in Helena and her loved one to become ghosts at Hogwarts after tragic deaths. And centuries after that, young Tom Riddle, obsessed with Hogwarts secrets and the idea of immortality, convinced Helena's ghost to tell him the location where the diadem had been hidden all these years. We all know what happened after and how bad the consequences were. And here is my thought. We started the game in 1890. If we go to Ravenclaw, could we hypothetically contact the house's ghost, Grey Lady, and somehow prevent Voldemort from locating the diadem years after? And okay, even if not, if we cannot create an alternative magical history line, I am absolutely sure that there are more secrets inside the house that only true Ravenclaws get to know. Then again, there are unique and attractive things about every house. If you want to know 5 reasons why it's cool to be in Slytherin, follow the link to my video that is now on your screen. Thank you for your attention. See you at Hogwarts. Knox.